welcome to this painting tutorial where we're gonna paint a Halloween cat. And I want the background to be purple, so let's get red and blue on our palette. I wanted to go from dark purple around the edges to a nice lavender color, and then we're gonna do a spooky black cat. So put red and blue on the same place on your palette, and let's get started. Bye. Alright, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jessica, if you don't know that already. I make paint tutorials like this and other art/creative related content. This channel is all about fun, enjoying the process, and letting your inner artist/inner child have some playtime. Alright? Forgot paper towels, which are here. All right, so we're gonna mix up blue and red and set these other colors aside for now. I also have black and white paint. I have a palette knife, which sometimes I use and sometimes I don't. I have at least 4 sizes of paintbrushes, 1 inch, about a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, and super fine. This can be exchanged for a Sharpie. It's just for outlining and details. Or you could also use a Q-tip / toothpick for some of the little white highlights and stuff. Got water, and I think we're all set. So let's get the background started. I don't even remember, but yeah, my name is Jess. Welcome to my channel. And we are gonna paint some stuff to help us get ready for spooky season. The best season ever. Just kidding. Not. It is the best season. So I'm gonna grab and start with my 1 inch paintbrush. Get a little water on it. And we're gonna do the corners of the canvas. Now, as far as supplies, I will list everything down in the comments, not the comments, the description box below. But feel free to use whatever you have on hand. This is all about having fun, being playful, and enjoying the process. So even if you have to go to the dollar store, if you're strapped on resources, hey, I would rather you play and have fun with some paints than not play at all. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like content like this. All right, now that I have a good oval, I have a good amount of dark purple on the edges, I'm going to add white to my palette. I'm going to blend. So the center is going to be more of a lavender. That will help our cat pop because we are going to do a black Halloween cat. And we don't want it to be like too dark on dark, so. But I love this lavender. Grab a little more dark. All right, we're gonna put that in our big jar of water to clean it, and then we're gonna let it dry. It can take anywhere from 5, 10, or 15 minutes to let this to let this layer dry. What I like to do is take out my handy dandy hair dryer, put it on a cool setting and blow dry it so that I don't have to sit here and wait for it to dry. So it's up to you. You can use a blow dryer, you can let it dry, you can use a handheld fan, but either way, I'll see you guys in like 5 to 15 minutes. Okay, so here's kind of the mock-up drawing that we're going to be working with. We're going to do a spooky Halloween cat wearing a hat. The cat in the hat. So we need black paint on the palette. And what we're going to do is create the base layers with our 1/2-inch paintbrush. Just gonna get my paintbrush a little bit wet, and I'm actually gonna grab just a little white. I don't want pure black, but I do want like a nice charcoal color, so that'll help us see our different shapes. So we're gonna start with a circle here. That's approximately about 1/3 up from the bottom. Sorry, 2/3 up from the bottom. And then we're going to do a long, skinny oval. From that oval shape, we're going to do, I'd say it's gonna look like a 1/2 of a heart. We're kind of going for this like long, skinny black cat. I feel like that we want it to look nice and sassy. I might give it some white features, like white paws or something, just to kind of help the paws pop a little bit. So it could be a heart shape, it could also be kind of like an oval, but these are the back like legs, you know, when a cat's sitting. We're also gonna add in the tail, which is gonna go from about here and up. A nice skinny tail. Perfect. The cat is going to wear a hat. So let's take a very dark charcoal gray color. We're going to create the brim of the hat first. So we want to use a curved line that goes up and over. And we're going to pull that down a little bit to create like this triangle and this idea that the hat's going around the cat's head, right? Now we're going to bring the hat up to a point, but the point, I'm thinking it's going to be a flopped over point. So basically what we need to do is from this, we did one line, we're going to create another triangle that points down. And fill that in. And then we'll finish the hat right here. So don't worry, that's just our first layer. So basically you have a pointed hat and you have the extra kind of flopping over to the side. Okay, great start. I'm gonna grab some white paint to create the back paws right here. Decided the paws will be like a really light gray color. Might even go over with some white, but I'm just gonna do 2 circles. Okay, also going to do with that same gray, I'm gonna go from like the shoulder and down to the middle on both sides, because this is gonna be the cat's front legs. Perfect. Oops. I want to keep that dark. I'm gonna grab a little more white. I think the bottom of the feet are gonna just be like a brighter white color. Just to, I don't know, give it a little something. If it's all black, it'll be hard to see everything. Okay, I'm gonna go and add some light gray around the edges, just as like a highlight, and around the face. And that looks pretty good for that layer. Why don't we let this layer dry and we'll come back and paint some more in just a minute. Let's give this hat another layer. I'm gonna focus on the base first. And we can help it like with some highlights and stuff later to give it a little more structure and interest. I'm gonna grab just a little white to kind of just give this, just lighten up the edges on the top. I'm gonna put another thin layer of white using the sharp edge of my brush around the rim. Perfect. Just gonna get the extra paint off my brush and grab black. And add some black brush strokes to my kitty. I think we'll outline this in black too, so just a little bit to give it a little more character. And I'm going to completely clean my brush off and add another layer of white to the paws. Okay, now I wanted the eyes to be pretty big, so I'm actually gonna grab my 1/4 inch paintbrush over here, and I'm gonna lay down like a white foundation for where I want the eyes to be, because I want them to take up most of the face and actually go off the face a little bit. So I'm just gonna lay down the whites of the eyes by using an almond shape, because I feel like a Halloween cat should look like a little sassy and have big eyelashes. If it looks a little like Pete the cat right now, that's okay. We'll do another layer, make it even better, don't worry. And I am just gonna lay some white down for like where I want the nose to be, but we'll put a little pink on top of that. We'll just help. I'm gonna do an oval shaped nose, and I'm gonna clean my brush off and do like a black mouth area, or snout, I guess. by doing kind of 2 circles with black. Right under that nose. I'm gonna add maybe a lavender ribbon around the hat. So I'm gonna go with a little white for right now until I decide to lighten it up, so that it might even just be a gray ribbon. I don't know. I feel like that will look nice. Using whatever white I have left over to kind of just bring a highlight to the top of the hat so we can see that it's bending over. And now that we have our smaller brush too, we can make this tip just a little bit more pointed. Okay, let's let that dry, and then we'll get into the eyes. All right, I put a little yellow and blue on my palette because we're gonna make the eyes, the colorful part, green. I'm gonna do green eyes, and then I'm gonna use a little pink, so I have a little tiny dot of red there, and we're gonna do the nose pink. What a nice green color though. I'm gonna lighten it with a little white. Okay, so the eyes are gonna be looking this way. Ooh, I like that. And we really only need a little bit. So if you wanna make your eyes a different color, like a really light lavender, that would be really cool, or something of that nature. But yeah, we only need a little bit. So I'm gonna do 2 circles in the middle of those white eyes. Clean my brush off really good. And then grab some pink for the nose. Perfect. While we're waiting, I'm gonna grab my teeny tiny brush. I'm gonna grab some water and dip it in black. So in this part you could use a Sharpie as long as your paint's dry, but I wanna outline these back feet. And I'm gonna put some like claw marks in it, like toes. And I'm gonna outline the front feet also. I'm gonna go from the shoulder because we used a very dark charcoal. My goal is that the black shows up. But yeah, I'm only going to outline the outside. Don't be shy. Use a Sharpie if you want, if you need to. No shame in that. Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna outline these back legs too. And you can carefully outline the tail if you want to, or you can wait till everything's dry if it feels a little too challenging to avoid wet paint. All right, I'm hoping that my green is still wet. So I want to get another layer. I mean, this green I want it to be dry, but the green on my palette I'm hoping is wet. I just want to get another layer before this dries. Let's get our paintbrush really clean. I am gonna do lavender for the hat ribbon that goes across. Just kind of like a rough, not even a solid line, just kind of like add a little bits of color there. Nice. Okay, looking good. Okay, we're gonna let the eyes dry completely and then do another layer and like give the kitty cat some eyelashes. And I'll see you guys in just like a couple minutes. Okay, these eyes should be dry. We are going to use our 1/4 inch paintbrush, the sharp edge with a little water, and get a nice charcoal color going. Now we're gonna take that across the eye. To create an eyelid on the top. And I'm gonna do the same on the bottom. I'm gonna grab a little black now for the bottom because it's already kind of gray. Sorry, I'm just fixing this nose too. I'm gonna add a little white to the nose to help it pop. So I feel like it's getting lost in all of the black paint, so. I'm gonna do gray and then I'll outline it with black. Which means we will do another layer of pink on top of that. All right, let's grab our tiny brush and some black paint and water. And we're gonna do some seriously awesome eyelashes. But first, I'm just gonna put a line here. I'm gonna outline this hat because the eyelashes are gonna go out in front of the hat, but I want to secure this line. I'm gonna do a line here. Some rough outlines. I need a little more water. Okay, that looks good. And actually, let's just go ahead and outline the hat while we're here. And that will give this gray layer a chance to dry anyways. Awesome. All right, let's give this cat some eyelashes. So I'm gonna start from the inside corner, trace around that gray, and just start building them very carefully upward. do a line under also. Just using a sweeping motion. We'll actually go the other way also. Awesome. I'm gonna outline the green of the eye and give the cat that middle part, the pupil. Which will be an oval. You could probably do this with a bigger brush too if you want, if you're more comfortable. I'm gonna do some layers, and I'll probably add actually a little dark green to the eye, but I'm just gonna do some of that. All right, let's do the other side. And sometimes it can be helpful to grab like a different angle. I might have to rearrange some stuff, but for now I'm good. And then we go the opposite way, outlining the green of the eye. Okay, I'm gonna clean my paintbrush off and add just like a little darker green. Maybe even like a little blue in the eye. Cool. So I was just kind of adding some blue, some green, just give a little variation to the eye. All right, let's grab that 1/4 inch and just give that nose another nice layer so it can dry. And continue with the eyes. So I'm just gonna go over this area where the eyelashes meet the eye one more time. And I'm gonna go under it. I'm gonna outline this part. And the nose. Okay. Let everything dry. I think we'll add a few white highlights, and then our painting will just be just about done. All right, grab that smallest brush or a Q-tip and some white, and we're gonna add some highlights. All right, first is the eye. So I'm gonna do a couple of U shapes on the outside, or excuse me, they'll both be on the left side of the eye. I'm gonna add a dot next to the eye, then maybe just another little wiggle line right here. So I mean, the main goal with these highlights in the eyes, just kind of place them on the same spot on both eyes, because if you're looking at eyes and they're catching a light, they'll be the same on both eyes. I'm also gonna add a little white, like just to give a little more variation, because I feel like it's just like a lot of black on black. So I'm just gonna kind of do some white eyelashes. And put a little white on this waterline. There, this is looking better. I'm gonna do a white highlight on the nose. Some on the shoulder and the top of the legs. Maybe a little line down the tail. And then we'll do like a loose outline of the hat on the top part. Okay. I'm gonna do another on the brim. And just a very faint line around the hat. Cute. Oh, we also need some whiskers. And then I think I'm gonna do just like a white chin. Once again, just to kind of help this area, give it a little more definition, a little more character. Cute. Okay, I think our beautiful Halloween picture is done. If you liked this painting, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, etc. Make sure you add your signature to your Halloween cat, and also use the hashtag painting with Jessica Darling on Instagram, and I'm really excited to see how you've expressed yourself with this same painting, but you know, in a slightly different way than me. I think that's a really cool feature about art, is we'll never all do the same painting exactly the same. So I love seeing your guys' paintings there. Please, please, please hashtag that so I can see them, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will drop on Tuesday, just like they always do. Yeah. All right, wait for the reveal. I'll see you there. Bye for now. Peace.